Wow. Welcome to this very special episode of the Diesel University podcast. I am here with my friend, Joe Wachs, the lean, the mean, mass building, business building, brand building machine. Joe, how we feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited to be here, brother. It's going to be a great day. We're going to drop a lot of knowledge bombs. And before we even jump into the podcast, guys, make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications because Diesel is dropping new podcasts every single week moving forward for the return. So if you guys are excited for this video, drop a like right now and put in the comments who you want to see next time. But Max, should we jump right into it?
Let's jump right into it.
Boom.
Stay Diesel. How you doing, my friend?
I'm feeling great, Max. Thanks for having me back. I'm excited to do another episode and drop some gems, give some value. And we're live on YouTube right now, right?
Oh, yeah.
YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube audience. We thank you guys for being here and tuning into the full episode. But yeah, I'm feeling good.
That's
good day at church. And now we're at Grand Cathedral Cigar Lounge in Tampa Bay. We want to thank them for hosting us. Pretty awesome ambiance, great cigars, membership lounge. So you guys should come check it out if you are here in Tampa Bay.
Absolutely. And we're actually sitting in a spot where Theo Vaughn hosted a podcast with Ric Flair. So we're kind of in the presence of podcasting history right now.
Absolutely. Ric Flair and Theo Vaughn. We can even put the clip on the screen.
Yeah.
Exact same place, same time, two legends and another two legends in the making. Let's go.
Absolutely. We'll get there soon, right?
Absolutely.
It's like I'm Theo, you're Ric Flair. If you were thinking about it like that. Woo!
No, absolutely.
Joe, so we're going to talk about something today that's actually kind of personal. This summer, I let myself go. I have to be honest with myself. I have to be honest with you. I have to be honest with my audience. I run a platform called Diesel University, and I feel like I've lost my sense of diesel physically. Now, we define diesel in a lot of ways. It's a mental thing, too. But physically, I no longer feel diesel. And this is something that you've dedicated your entire life is to getting people in shape, getting people feeling healthy and confident in their bodies. Just kind of talk about that. How did you kind of get involved with this?
I know we've kind of touched on this in the past on the podcast, but when it came to the fitness realm, I always grew up kind of skinny, embarrassed with the way I look, kind of felt like a loser, because I was always a great athlete. And I was playing two sports, hockey and football at the time. And then with all this activity, just going through your normal daily life, I started getting skinny, losing muscle, where I was probably like 5'11", 160 pounds. And for me at my build now, I'm like 6 foot, 245, 250 pounds. So obviously a clear difference. I think I look a lot more filled out and healthy at this level of physique. But being 5'11", 160, I was insecure. I hated the way I looked, so I wanted to make a change because anything I ever did in my life, I always wanted to be the best at. Because it's like with that diesel mindset and the alpha mindset, anything you get into, I always wanted to be great at. You always want to become an overachiever and continue to work and continue to push and be better because I never want to do anything average. Because if you're just in it to be average, then I don't want to be in it at all. So anything I did, fitness, hockey, football, business, I'm always trying to aspire to be the best. And I think growing in business and growing in faith, your life, everything in all aspects, it all comes down to your daily habits and your personal development because you're never going to outgrow your own personal development. It's like, let's just say, for example, all these people that own really big enterprise level businesses, they're killing it. They always have to backtrack and take care of their health. It's like you can sacrifice everything and build the dream life, but you're always going to come back and go back to step one, which is personal development and taking care of yourself. But I always say if you focus on personal development first, and mastering your mind, emotions, and your physical body, it's only going to make everything else easier because if you can master your mind, emotions, and physical body, you're going to have the mindset to accomplish anything in life. And that's why taking care of yourself is the key to freedom in all aspects. That's what I truly live my life on and what I try to ingrain in my clients on a regular daily basis.
Yeah. So how many clients are you actually working with right now?
So I don't like to say that number out loud because then people like to do calculations X, Y, and Z. But I like to say I've worked with over 3,000 people and I work with hundreds on a regular basis, month to month, weekly check-ins and all that good stuff. But the only reason I'm able to do that is because I know how to build a business on the back end, optimize my systems, and still treat every single client like they're my only client. It's like there's no point in having hundreds of clients if you're giving a crappy service or a crappy value. So I work with many people, But no matter how many people I work with, everyone's going to get the same treatment. So maybe someone watching, they're like, they try not to work with. I actually have talked with people. They're like, I want to work with a coach that doesn't have more than 20 clients. It's like, well, how do you expect them to make a living or even live at all? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you should still be able to get that one-on-one personal treatment, but you have to have systems built in. And to summarize, I work with a lot of people.
Okay, awesome. Then how old are you right now? You said 20.
I just turned 25 years old. My birthday was August 14th. Max did wish me a happy birthday a little late, but it was in Arizona time, so we were good. But yeah, born 1999, August 14th. I just turned 25 years old. I feel a lot older, but I feel healthier than ever at 25. I feel great. I'm in a good spot. I'm super happy.
Yeah. So at 25 years old, to have impacted 3,000 lives through your fitness coaching and, just through something that you love. I mean, we've talked before, it doesn't really feel like work when you love what you do. How do you kind of internalize, like, what gratification does it give you knowing that, like, you are helping somebody just absolutely transform the way they view themselves physically, view themselves mentally? So talk about that a little bit because,
I would say I absolutely love it. It doesn't feel like work because I enjoy it. And I feel like ever since I was a young kid, I wanted to help people get better. So whether that's helping someone in sports, helping someone in school, but I was the one definitely needing help in school. Come on, somebody. But I just enjoy helping people get better. It's a passion I have. And obviously with what I do, we're able to build habits that are going to change people's lives forever, which is very rewarding. And obviously for me, my whole goal when I first started all this, getting into fitness, like I just wanted to create a great career for myself where I was able to make money, live the life I want, have financial freedom, and just enjoy my life to the max. And that's why I stopped bodybuilding. So it was all self, and now it's all give, because I have more satisfaction now just being able to enjoy my life and enjoy the fruits of my labor and help others succeed. And like I just get a lot of gratification from helping others live their dreams. Like, for example, Trey, I have a client that we and I both know, but it's like helping someone reach higher heights. I think I was gonna go to the top regardless, because that's my mindset. What I'm saying is, I now will get more satisfaction helping others get there than my own self, because I get to experience the same thing, but I don't have to go through too much pain. It's like, obviously I still take care of myself, but like the sport of bodybuilding is very intense. So obviously I work with normal and everyday people, but I just want to be able to take these people to the highest of highs, and that makes me happy knowing that I'm improving their life so I can see them live their best life and just continue to build relationships, because everything is relationship building. I love having one-on-one relationships with my clients because that's what life's about, just doing life with good people, good fellowship, and living your life to the fullest. So I honestly love the personal impact and one-on-one relationship we get to build more than anything else, because I get more friends, and my life's great because I talk to friends all day long and hang out and loved ones, and we just keep winning. We just keep leveling up, and that's how your friend should be. If you're not surrounded by people, whether it's mentors, coaches, family, or friends that are helping you level up, then they're not really your friends. So I'm grateful that I can build a relationship with that where it makes me enjoy my life having great clients.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, just one thing that I've kind of observed is, like, when it comes to like a sport, it's hard to take it away from, like, it's hard to, because when you're trying to level up in like a sport like bodybuilding, it's you versus you yesterday. It's like,
exactly.
How can you talk about how you're able to like take yourself away from that? Because I feel like a lot of bodybuilders and a lot of competitive athletes struggle with that. It's always about them. And then eventually when that runs out or it's time for them to step away, they have a really hard time grasping that concept that,
So are you kind of saying, like, if you were an athlete that was so involved and indulged into sports, how do you walk into life after when you're not an athlete anymore competing and you're in the real world again where it's not
how do you I guess how do you transition your competitive mindset physically to your competitive mindset mentally in business and other aspects of life?
Well, I always say personal development. You never stop sharpening your craft, and your journey is never ending. This is why, like, for example, I'll work with clients for years on end because we only continuously keep getting better. Let's just say we're talking about an NFL player. Just because your NFL career is over doesn't mean your fitness journey's done, because now we're in a different stage of life. We have different goals. We have a different lifestyle we're trying to maintain. We have different habits, different responsibilities. So it's like, how can we still get better and stay healthy and still chase after our goal? It's just setting new goals, Maybe your first goal that you worked all your life to was to maybe become a pro bodybuilder or get in the NFL. Then you got there, so what's the next goal? You always have to continue to set goals, but people who don't set goals and aren't chasing after anything, they make no progress or they're slow progress. That's why it's honestly great for coaches and to have a mentor or someone to guide you, because they will set the bar for you for where your potential is and where you need to be. That's why coaching is so important in life in all aspects. And even like, for example, your spiritual journey. If you don't have a spiritual mentor pushing you to be better and setting the bar for what we should be and where we should be aiming for, then we're never going to live up to our true potential or what God has called us to be in all aspects of our life. So I always think goal setting's the biggest thing, short-term goals, long-term goals, 5-year goals, like goals in every aspect of life, financial, spiritual, physical, family, everything. So goal setting is key for success. Absolutely.
Yeah. And then you kind of talked about faith a little bit. Last time you were on the podcast was actually probably one of the most...
A year ago,
December. Early or late December or maybe early January. My life has dramatically changed since then. We talked towards the end of the podcast about your faith as a Christian, and we kind of talked through some of the things that I was experiencing and some of the signs that I was getting in my life. And you also invited me to a men's group Bible study, which was something that was completely outside of my comfort zone, going to a stranger's house who now is somebody that I consider to be one of my best friends.
It's pretty crazy, right?
It's dramatically changed my life, and I think it's dramatically changed yours too, I would say, right?
Absolutely.
We just talk about like some of the lessons that we learned in that group and how we apply them to our lives as as I said, I'm not very diesel physically right now, but mentally it's sharpened my mind to an extraordinary degree.
I always say with everything, you need accountability. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to working, I'm using coaching, for example, again. Coaching, like my physical plans in coaching is 10% of the process, and 90% accountability is how you're going to change your life. Same thing when it comes to your walk with God. If you're not a part of the body, obviously God is the head, the church is the body. If you're not a part of the church, which is the people, you and me, when there's two in the room, God is with us. But us, if you're not with the body, you're not going to grow into your true potential. So being with our men's group, obviously we're able to walk into our true potential. We're held accountable to get better. We feel convicted when we're not living how we should be, and that's how we continue to keep sharpening our iron, because we constantly renew our mind. We're constantly getting better. It's like, that's not who I am. I'm the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, just like Bart always says. But it's just constant renewing your mind. If you don't have the fellowship, if you don't have the people around you that are going to hold you accountable to get better, without accountability, you're going to fail and you're going to fall off, and you're never going to go to your true potential in anything you do. That's why faith and being a part of the body is so important to keep growing. Otherwise, you're going to fall off. You can easily be surrounded by the wrong crowd. You can easily start hanging out with the old friends you used to hang out with that are not bringing you closer to God or the life you want. So who you surround yourself with will either make you or break you. This is why your 3 closest friends will ultimately change your life and shape your life. That's why you got to make sure you're surrounded by the right people that want you to be better and that have the same mindset, same goals, and same discipline that are going to help you level up.
Yeah. One thing that I've noticed, just kind of talking about like the friends thing, is who you surround yourself definitely defines how you think, how you act,
Absolutely.
The tendencies that you get into, the habits that you get into. I have one friend who I've been friends with since probably 6th grade, and we've been through everything together. And like meeting people in college, like a friendship like that, where I know, like, I talk to him all the time. I was like, hey, if I accidentally hit somebody with my car and we needed to get rid of a body, he'd probably be the first person I'd call. Like, we just, like, he would take a fall for me. Like, obviously that's a very extreme example, but
yeah, like, that's pretty extreme where it's hard to relate.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, it's just like, you have friends in your life, and they're hard to come by, that you'd really like unconditional love and respect for one another. And it's like you can have disagreements and arguments, but it also, like, it kind of the same thing with faith, is like any kind of obstacles that you go through just makes you stronger in your faith. So it's just the concept of love in itself is like making sacrifices for somebody else without your own interest in mind, and just growing stronger.
And I always say, you have kind of, this is how life and reality is. You have different friends for everything.
Yeah.
You have, like, for example, I don't like that it's like this way, but like you have your certain friends that you go to church with. You have your certain friends that you work out with. You have your certain friends that you go out and get a drink with. You have the certain friends that are always going to go out to eat, play sports with you. But my goal, like, obviously, I only want to surround myself with people that are on the same page. So it's like, I'm not going to hang out with people that, you know, don't follow God. They do the opposite of what I believe in, you know, and I try to stay away from that. Obviously, everyone's good people, and we're called to bring them closer and love on them. But still, being friends at a distance is fine, and you definitely do want to have your ride or dies, but you just want to make sure if you sit down and really think about it, are those actually my friends, or do I just like them because they like the same thing and that's someone I can fill the gap with to go do that with and have plans? And it's like, that's fine, because, I mean, we all got them, you know. I got a lot of hockey friends that I hang out with outside of hockey, but you just got to navigate, know who are the real deal people that are your actual true friends that you love and take care of, that are going to help you be better.
Yeah, yeah. And then I guess that kind of speaks to our friendship too, right? Like, it's weird how when we tried to do a podcast in December of 2023, and cool. It was when I was running the audio through my laptop. The little camera that we had was like just sitting on a table, no tripod or anything.
When Diesel first started.
That was like the roots, and the audio was like horrible. We had to decide to refilm the podcast. I wasted, you know, probably 3 hours of your time driving from St. Pete over to Tampa and whatever, right? But at the end of the day, if you really look back, the second time we did our podcast is when you told me about Jesus, and you told me about your testimony, and you told me about how your life changed. So, you know, just one example of God always having a plan for your life.
Come on.
You think that, like, something bad that happens is, like, very, you know, it just rattles your whole day. It rattles your whole life. It's the end of the world. But you and I wouldn't be sitting here at Grand Cathedral Cigars in the beautiful city of Tampa, Florida. I would have never met the great people that I've met, like Bartley and Luis and, you know, everybody in our men's group. Shout out to them here.
Brandon,
it's just,
bro.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody. But yeah, it's just like the little small things that you think happen in your life that, you know, appear to be the end of the world or could end up being some of the best things that ever happened to you.
Biggest blessings, yeah. Everything happens for a reason, and if you really look back, obviously I know you're a young cat, I'm not much older, but everything unfolds the way it's supposed to. You know, and it really makes sense. If you look at an outside perspective, God is always working. God is always chasing after. He always has a plan. So it's like just looking at the bad times and how everything has folded into life and where it's going now, it all makes sense. And if that doesn't fire you up for the future, then I don't know what will, you know. But if it's not good, it's not over, and God turns bad things into good things. So I would say for anyone that's going through tough times, you're dealing with anxiety, depression, you think your life's ending, the world is ending, and your life sucks, just know you have to change your mindset. Renew your mind that bad is good. Bad things happen, and then good is to come. You know, it's like, obviously, you're going to fail continuously. You'll land on your face a few times, but what is it teaching you? What are you gathering? What do you learn? How are you prepared for the next scenario? Where it's like, I'm thankful for all bad times, hard times, because it only makes me better. It's only going to sharpen you. Yep. You know, and if you have that mindset, the proper mindset, you're set up for success where there's no such thing as a bad thing or a bad day. We don't have bad days.
Yeah, especially being young, too. The majority of our audience is within the 18 to 24-year-old age range. Like, the way you have to, or the way that I find it to be helpful and beneficial, and it's really helped me throughout my life, is seeing, like, any, like, small obstacle as, like, a stepping stone to something bigger and better. We're, like even you at 25 years old, like, we're so young, like, we have the rest of our lives ahead of us to, like, so when we're 40, we'll undergo something similar. If you never experience struggle or never experience hardship or anything that's, like, challenges you in life, you're going to end up experiencing those challenges later down the line, and you're not going to have the maturity, the emotional maturity, the mental maturity to be able to overcome those obstacles when you have a family to feed, when you have a wife to keep happy. Like, like we're just talking about, the risk at this stage in my life as a college student is very low. You know, I have I'm very blessed to have my family be supporting me financially in a lot of areas, and I'm able to take risks. So if you're listening and like Joe's 25 years old, he didn't graduate from college. He is now running.
I got a 15 on my ACT twice too.
He's living his dream life in Florida. So a lot of you guys that are like, you think it's the end of the world.
Pretty much wherever I want.
Yeah, like you could be anywhere.
Times a month, yeah.
But
no, we're very blessed.
We're very blessed.
But it's a rep game. So it doesn't matter. Like, I think age is so dumb. It doesn't, like, obviously nowadays, everyone makes you feel like if you're not a millionaire by 18, you're a joke, you're a failure. It's so easy, but that's not your life.
And it's not easy all the time.
No. Dude, 1%, the 1% in the world makes $450,000 plus a year. So if you make $450,000, you're in the 1% of the entire planet. And people just throw all these numbers around. And I mean, I just think it's so stupid. And social media, how it tries to make you feel like a failure and like you're behind. But it's a rep game. I'm where I'm at today because I started my career technically what I do now when I was 16. So it's like I didn't go to college. I got way more reps than everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a repetition. How much work ahead of you? It's like, or are you willing to put in extra work when people are taking days off? You know what I'm saying? As dumb as it sounds, it's like it just comes down to who's willing to be the most consistent for the longest period of time without quitting, and the one who doesn't quit is the one who wins.
Yeah. And I've had conversations with friends where they're telling me, you know, business is luck and that the system is, you know,
there's luck in it, I would say hard work creates luck. Yeah. Hard work and consistency creates luck.
Yeah, hard work.
Everything's timing.
It's all opportunity, and like if you work hard and you develop skills, you're gonna get more opportunity. And if you can't perform in those opportunities due to unlucky circumstances or whatever, that's where I feel like you can. Yeah, I agree with that quote a lot.
Anxiety comes from being unprepared.
Yeah.
So if you got to speak on stage or speak in class and you're anxious and nervous, you're unprepared. You don't know your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be anxious if you're prepared and you're well equipped for whatever you're going through.
Yeah.
Just like, wow, I don't experience anxiety or any of that depression going through tough times because I'm well equipped in the armor of Jesus Christ and I know who leads the way and I know everything's going to be fine, so I have nothing to worry about. It just comes down to being prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just spiritual preparedness and being close with God and knowing that He has a plan. It's like, yeah, it definitely has changed my outlook on life a lot. I would find myself viewing certain circumstances in a very negative context and getting frustrated with small things and, you know, arguing with friends over things that, you know, maybe I probably shouldn't be arguing with. And, like, they're also experiencing their own perspectives and emotions. And it's just like, you know, just understanding that everybody's kind of navigating their own way through life. And, you know.
And you either got Jesus or you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the biggest difference.
And it's hard to, a lot of my friends I find at the University of Tampa are rejecting of, you know, God and religion. And it's really hard for me to like try to like verbalize how much
to get
it
them
has
to
changed
understand
my life. I almost feel like I have to live it and they have to see it. And they have to see the ways that I've altered the way that I speak, you know, trying not to curse as much. The way that I
we all
act.
sin.
Yeah,
we're not
we
sinners,
all sin.
but we all sin.
But if you kind of represent yourself through action and you're outwardly religious and spiritual, I feel like that speaks more than words itself because, you know, that's also kind of why I went to the Bible study in the first place. When you invited me, I was like, all these men are doing things, incredible things, you know, accomplishing things that I really want to do at some point in my life. And it's you realize that it doesn't happen like it's not luck. I think it's God, and if you follow Him and you walk with Him, good things happen, and He rewards you for following Him.
Amen. I always say if you keep Him, He should be at the center of everything you do. Because I mean, I don't really make big decisions without praying about it. I mean, pray multiple times per day, but it's just like, what do you have in store for me? It's like if you're worried, pray. If you got anxiety, pray. If you feel depressed, pray. If you don't know what to do, pray. You know, ask the Father who's guiding us, and you'll know exactly what to do. Too many people try to do it in their own strength, and it's like you're going to get tired and you're going to get weary and you're going to fall short always, and you're going to never live up to the life that you called because you don't have the true strength that can get you through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like we're always going to burn out. And like even before I was saved, thinking back, I'm like, I don't even know how I went through life. It's kind of crazy to think. I mean, not having Jesus, and it's just crazy that I would literally go through life not even speaking to God, because it's not religion, it's a relationship. I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. But just, I don't even know how I lived. Like, looking back, it's like I was saved. He changed my life forever. But, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I was definitely a sinner and needed a savior, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Pivoting a little bit here. I know one of the main things that I wanted to talk to you about is, that's kind of what I started the podcast with, and like I sometimes do, I get distracted, right?
Yeah.
Can we just talk about how can I get back to where I once was? How can I lean down, slim down, be the healthiest version of myself? What's the first step I need to take? I've been trying to walk a lot more. I'm taking 15,000 steps a day. I'm trying to watch my calories. I'm not tracking them. I'm just consciously,
eating
sometimes,
healthier.
Yeah. But, you've really broken this down to a science. Like we talked about earlier, you've done it for 3,000 people. You know what you're doing. For anybody that's like me, I'm 215 pounds, 19 years old. My body is in the prime state to be in the best shape of my life, right?
Yeah. Young and hungry.
Exactly.
But I would say, if you're trying to get in the best shape of your life and you want to do it in the most sustainable way possible without hiring a coach, and you just want to get started and get the ball rolling, these are the main steps we need to focus on. So obviously, nutrition is always going to be king. Nutrition's always king. Nutrition is what's going to make you feel better, look better, perform better, sleep better. Nutrition alone will change your life. You know what I'm saying? So if you got low energy, eating healthier will make a big difference, and having a well-balanced diet is key. But a lot of people always eat healthy, but why do all these people that eat healthy don't look amazing? You know what I'm saying? Everyone eats healthy, eats the salads, but it's like, just eating healthy aimlessly is not going to get you the results you desire. You have to track what you're doing. And it's like, when I say track, it's not like you need to count every fat, carb, protein right out the gate. But what I'm saying is, you need some boundaries and things to aim for, or else we're aimlessly doing this. So for a guy like you, let's just say you're 215, 220?
Yeah, like 215, 217, fluctuating between there.
So I would say the easiest way to start to even figure out your protein is take your body weight, and I would just say start eating your body weight in protein, and making that a consistent goal. So you're going to have to track that, like using MyFitnessPal to track your protein, and just starting there. Because if you start eating enough protein and start tracking your calories, so let's just say we wanted to have you in a calorie deficit. Let's just say we had you eat 2,250 calories a day. Even you just tracking your protein and then monitoring your calories to make sure that's your daily limit, that's getting in the realm of being in a calorie deficit, restricting your calories, where you will start to lose weight. And then if we want to add in more tools to fat loss to increase the speed of this, we're going to start setting a daily step count goal. Because if we set a daily step count goal of like 10 to 15,000 and we're staying consistent with that, your body's going to register and be like, oh crap, this is my new normal. It's going to start working harder, increasing your basal metabolic rate at how many calories you burn at rest. That's why building muscle and eating protein, all that is so good for you, because the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn. So it's easier to stay leaner year round. That's why all these big guys are always leaner year round, because they have so much muscle tissue, so their body is burning so many calories instantly. That's why all my moms, dads, everyone needs to focus on weight training, because it's so healthy for you. It's great for your bone density. You're going to live a longer life, and you can get away with more if you got more muscle.
Podcast cut, a little bit of technical difficulties. We're all good here, though.
Yeah, I had to make sure the camera was still rolling, We don't have too much behind the scenes working right now.
No, it's actually just us right now, but... there's
putting
nothing.
Together a great episode.
It's a beautiful episode.
Because we're just out here trying to give value to the world. That's why we show up and put in the work.
Exactly.
But I know we talked a lot about me. But for you, obviously, with Diesel, we know you did a lot of stuff over the summer, traveling, working with different brands, shooting a lot of athletes. And I know people have been saying, Diesel fell off. Diesel ain't this. Diesel ain't that. Shut up. Diesel, bro. So what is the future for Diesel? What are you trying to do? Because we know you were a busy guy traveling the world. So what does it look like? What does 2025 have in store for us here, man?
That's a great question, Joe. I'm glad we get to talk about me for a second, as much as I like to talk about you. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that Diesel fell off and that Diesel's not doing what it once was, and I do agree. Diesel, at the beginning of the summer, I had $35 in my bank account when I decided to stay down here in Tampa, Florida, doing something that I've never done before, doing something that I've never thought to do in, staying down here by myself, right? But I was working at a restaurant. I was making $10 an hour as a bus boy or a bar back, just cleaning tables and stuff at a restaurant here in Tampa in Ybor City. And I was just fighting for the next opportunity because, I knew that I wasn't going to work that restaurant job for the entire summer, but I needed to do it for the first month. Yeah. And, God willing, an opportunity came upon me. I had the opportunity to work for a company called Jazzercise and travel the country with them, go to places like Hawaii and Los Angeles and Denver, Colorado, and, Myrtle Beach, and just really travel and live the fullest life that I could have ever imagined. And through that process, I was able to work with athletes like Tommy DeVito, Isaiah Pacheco, all these big names that I have been watching for years, which was a tremendous opportunity. I got all these guys' phone numbers. Something good probably just happened. I hope Baker Mayfield threw a touchdown because he's on my fantasy team. And it's Sunday, so it's Sunday night football or Sunday day football. But at the end of the summer, I stepped away from Jazzercise and had to look and pray internally and say, you know what, I've been building a lot of people's brands. I've made a lot of money, but Diesel fell off. People were right. And, I have to listen to the audience that I've worked so hard to build over the past 2 years. So I'm now pivoting my attention towards my own content. I'm taking a big pay cut, not making really any money right now. But like we talked about earlier, is the risk that you're able to take at 19 years old, being financially supported, God willing, and very blessed to have the financial support of my family at this point. But yeah, I'm going all in on Diesel. I'm doing podcasts again. I'm going to try to commit to, No, I'm not going to try to commit to. I am going to commit to one podcast a week going forward, released. Okay. So it's first podcast is going to be released next week with our guy, Joe. And we're going to go from there.
That's a big goal.
I'm going to do it. We have a great relationship with Grand Cathedral Cigars. God willing, they'll have us back next time. But yeah, one podcast a week, and I'm going to start making my own content again, and we're going to see where it goes because I had a lot of momentum that I lost, but now I have to fight like a dog to get it back. And that's a Diesel mentality. There are ups and downs in life, but I'll tell you what, when you get down, you have no other place to go but up. And it's a little bit of an anxious feeling, but my relationship with God and my relationship with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, is guiding me through this process. And I got to say, it is a little bit nerve-wracking to take that pay cut because I had financial plans. I wanted to buy a car. I wanted to do all these little things. But that's a Baker Mayfield touchdown. I hope.
For sure.
But, yeah, I'm just going to go back to where I was and continue to grind it out.
And when it comes to the personal content you said you're going to make, obviously the podcasts are great. I think that's more the Diesel brand. Is there going to be anything Max branded, or is it Max inside of Diesel and you're going to be doing different types of content, or what is the content you're going to show us?
So I'm committing to one podcast a week. I think is going to take up a lot of time. I think there's going to be a lot of podcast clips, but then I also want to kind of showcase my personality a little bit more to where there's Diesel behind the scenes content, a little bit of interview street style content. Kind of just showcasing the college lifestyle a little bit.
I think that would be great.
Yeah, that's what we've talked about in the past too. That's what people really
That's what
like.
I watch on Facebook.
Yeah.
When I'm bored at the end of the day after working, I'm just on Facebook Reels watching all these dumb videos, just asking couples questions on the street. I think that would be good to do here in Tampa Bay because it's such a big market. And I think it would be funny and comical, especially with the people we got on scene at the Tampa University.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some interesting characters over there.
No, that'll be cool. And then as far the podcasts, we got your personal content coming out. And then as far as a service, is if anyone ever wanted to use you for business or how you can help them, what would you say are the biggest things that you can do for a company or people to help maybe build their brand or want to do something like you're doing right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when I was working with Jazzercise, I kind of learned. I knew I was good at social media stuff going into it. I had a little bit of underconfidence going into that opportunity, but in 1 month I was able to take their analytics, like the accounts reached from 800,000 to 2.1 million in just 1 month. And after being able to do that, I was like, holy crap, I'm better at this than I think. And I've been able to do that for other brands and other companies since then too. So, I think organic social media reach is my best thing in terms of like A to Z. Handle everything from the content creation to the posting to the algorithm optimization to the interacting with people in the DMs. I mean, that's really what I feel to be best at this point. And, if the right financial opportunity comes up to where I can be simultaneously working on Diesel and helping somebody else that I align with their goals and their vision and their brand, if I can do both, I think that would be great. But it just has to be the right opportunity, and it has to be somebody who's really willing to invest in the growth of their product and their brand.
No, I think that's great, because if you can't, obviously attention and views is awesome, but a company can't expect high conversion unless they have their funnels or systems built out where they know how to turn attention into views. You know, so you can't provide your best service unless they got all their stuff together on the back end. You know what I'm saying? So that's why if you're set up properly as a business, you're only one video away from changing your life forever. Because all it takes, you may not see any results posting social media for years, getting no views, being embarrassed. You're just freaking, you think it's the end. But all it takes is one video to blow up to change your life, just like Hawk Tua.
Exactly.
But for example, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if you have everything prepared, you're going to be ready for that one video, and your life's going to change forever. So having the impact that you can scale these brands with social media, as long as they can turn attention and views into money with their offer, they will be golden. And I think that would be awesome.
Yeah. And then you look at somebody like that girl, the Hawk Tua girl, she definitely immediately upon getting that quick 15 seconds of virality, partnered with somebody like me or partnered with somebody
a management
like you,
company,
who knows the social media algorithms, who knows the right podcast to go on, who knows the right companies to partner with, I think her situation was managed to a T, and whoever is managing that.
Managed.
Exactly.
You have the right PR people in place, you have the right manager, the social media management team, her offers, her shops, where if you have all that ready to go before you blast off, you're going to be blasting off even quicker than she did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So preparation's key. But no, I think they did a great job, and that's what I'm saying. They can take fame and somebody that has no idea what they're doing and build the biggest thing in the world if you have the right people in place. That's
Definitely.
why if you have the right people, they'll change your life. And her life has changed forever.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how long she can remain relevant for. I'm actually very
Well, if
curious
she invests her money properly, she'll be good forever. And even if she loses fame, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because all it comes down is being smart and investing properly. And I'm sure with the money that she makes, even just this year, she can be set for life if she knows how to invest money and has the right financial advisor and knows what she's doing. But if not, she can also be dumb and lose it all.
Yeah.
Just like many of these NFL athletes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think 86% of NFL players go bankrupt within the first 3 years.
And I know a few personally, too. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you look at somebody like Rob Gronkowski, who hasn't spent $1 of the money that he made playing. You watched the Jesse James West
But it's
video?
like they're getting so much endorsements. Why do you have to spend all of it? It's like, how much materialistic items can you accumulate?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Hopefully they got good amount of Amex points with the spendings at least.
Yeah.
To get some free living.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for you, Max.
Now I got one more question for you here, Joe. We talked about brands, we talked about partnerships, we talked about sponsors and stuff like that. You actually just partnered up with the company Bucked Up. Could you talk about your relationship with them a little bit?
Bucked Up is amazing. I've been with, I'd say, the top supplement companies on the planet before. I've been in the career probably 9 years consistently, so I'd say my biggest brands, well, I'm still kind of affiliated with bodybuilding.com. I do stuff for them, but the biggest supplement company, Rule 1, I was with, BSN, which is partnered with Optimum Nutrition, Gym Supplement Science, been with a few others, but I'd say those are, Raw Nutrition, Sebum's brand, and Revive. I've signed with them before it was Sebum's time. But Bucked Up, I love it. Best hospitality, best treatment, and obviously some of the best products. Like I've worked with a lot of companies, so a lot of my clients have used our products, but people are raving about the Bucked Up products, how they work, because I build out personal supplement stacks for my clients based on their goals. So if a goals client is fat loss, when at proper timing, we add in certain products just to optimize the results and make sure they feel good and efficient, because supplements are supplemental into everything else. We still want to be doing everything we can, but adding in the proper supplements at the right timing is going to lead to drastic results. And that's why Bucked Up has some of the best things in the industry that is helping my clients get such great results in combination with all the hard work they're putting in already. But Bucked Up is great. I'm doing a lot of video stuff for them. So I'm going to be going out there every other month. I'm kind of like going to be their face ad guy. So I'm going to be the guy in all the ads, educating people from a coaching perspective why we need products and ingredients, because making sure our consumers are aware of how they work, what they do, and how they can benefit them, that's a vital key to success, so that people know how to implement them long term and just stay consistent with their fitness journey. Because the more they're aware and the more they know and the more educated they are on how to use this stuff, it'll be more impactful for the results long term, and that will lead to better results, just knowing and understanding what you're taking, why you're taking it, and how it works. But Bucked Up's great. I'm excited for a very long partnership and what we're going to do. I plan on being with them forever. They take care of me in every aspect, and it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be at the headquarters this upcoming week. So today is Sunday. I leave Wednesday. I'll be there through next Sunday. So we got a lot of work ahead. You guys are going to be seeing maybe Coach Joe on all these Facebook ads and Instagram popping up. But Bucked Up's awesome. They're in Utah, and I'll see them at the headquarters here soon.
Awesome. Well, I think we're going to wrap up here because we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. But you know what, Joe, thank you for your time today. Thank you, sir, attending this great episode of the Diesel University podcast.